Have you ever wondered how a man born to a minor noble family in Corsica rose to become one of the most powerful figures in world history? Welcome to the enigmatic world of Napoleon Bonaparte. Born in 1769 to a relatively obscure family, this extraordinary individual would grow to shape the course of history. His early life in Corsica, a rugged island in the Mediterranean, was marked by a fierce ambition and a relentless drive for greatness. Propelled by these forces, young Napoleon embarked on a path of military training and education that would prepare him for the tumultuous times ahead. As the French Revolution ignited, he seized the moment, rising rapidly through the ranks of the Revolutionary Army with an astute mix of tactical brilliance and political savvy. Napoleon Bonaparte's journey from Corsica to the helm of France is a story of audacious ambition and cunning strategy. Before we delve deeper into the enigma that is Napoleon Bonaparte, we want to take a moment to appreciate you, our viewers. Your enthusiasm for history and your support for our channel are what make this journey through the annals of time possible. We are passionate about bringing history to life, and we are thrilled to share this passion with you. As we continue our journey, we encourage you to join us in exploring the fascinating narratives that shaped our world. If you enjoy our content, please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing our videos. Your engagement helps us reach more people and keeps our historical odyssey alive. Remember, history is a shared journey, and we are grateful to have you with us on this adventure. Now, let's return to the tale of Bonaparte, a man whose rise from obscurity to power was as extraordinary as it was impactful. Napoleon's rise to power was nothing short of extraordinary. This powerful journey began in the late 18th century, when he proved himself as a military prodigy during the Italian campaigns. A young Napoleon, barely in his mid-20s, was given command of the French army in Italy. Outnumbered and ill-supplied, his troops faced a formidable challenge. Yet Napoleon's brilliant strategies and charismatic leadership turned the tide, winning him a string of victories that stunned Europe. His successes in Italy not only bolstered French morale but also solidified his reputation as a military genius. From Italy, Napoleon's ambition led him to the sands of Egypt. The Egyptian expedition was a grand venture, part military campaign, part scientific exploration. Although the expedition was marred by military setbacks, including the loss of the French fleet at the Battle of the Nile, it did serve to further enhance Napoleon's image back home. His exploits were reported in glowing terms, with tales of his courage and leadership capturing the public imagination. But Napoleon's rise was more than a tale of military triumphs. His political acumen was equally important. In the chaotic aftermath of the French Revolution, he seized the opportunity to grasp power through the coup of 18 Brumaire. This bloodless coup saw the overthrow of the French Directory and Napoleon's subsequent installation as first consul. It was an audacious move, but one that found favor with a French populace weary of instability and yearning for strong leadership. As first consul, Napoleon initiated a series of reforms that modernized France, laying the groundwork for his later proclamation as emperor. He consolidated his power, introduced a new legal code, reformed the education system, and began a series of public works that would transform the face of France. Then, in a move that shocked many, he crowned himself emperor in a grand ceremony in December 1804. The audacious Corsican had become France's emperor, a position he would use to reshape Europe. His rise was a testament to his military genius, political cunning, and unyielding ambition. But as we will see, his reign was marked by both unparalleled success and devastating failure. With power in his hands, Napoleon embarked on a series of conflicts that would become known as the Napoleonic Wars. This period, spanning from 1803 to 1815, saw the French Empire, under Napoleon's guidance, clashing with various European powers. Let's delve into some of the major battles that highlighted Napoleon's military genius. Austerlitz, often referred to as the Battle of the Three Emperors, was a significant victory for Napoleon. Faced with a combined Austrian and Russian army, Napoleon displayed his brilliant tactics, luring his enemies into a trap and subsequently crushing them. This victory solidified his rule and sent a clear message to Europe. Napoleon was a force to be reckoned with. But Napoleon's brilliance wasn't just limited to grand, sweeping victories. It was also evident in the way he handled complex, drawn-out conflicts like the Peninsular War. This was a struggle lasting from 1808 to 1814, where Napoleon faced off against the allied forces of Spain, Britain, and Portugal. Despite the challenging terrain and the guerrilla warfare tactics of his opponents, Napoleon managed to achieve notable successes, a testament to his adaptability and strategic prowess. But these wars were not just about battlefield victories. They were also a platform for Napoleon to spread the revolutionary ideals of France across Europe. He introduced liberal reforms in the territories he conquered, reshaping their social and political landscapes. However, this expansionist policy also sowed the seeds of widespread resistance, leading to the formation of coalitions against him. Napoleon's military genius was undeniable, but his ambition would soon lead to his downfall. The same wars that had bolstered his reputation and spread his influence would also stretch his resources thin and create formidable enemies. But that's a story for the next scene. Stay tuned as we dive into the Continental System, the ill-fated invasion of Russia, and the subsequent War of the Sixth Coalition. Napoleon's ambition knew no bounds. His attempts to cripple Britain's economy would lead to his downfall. In his tireless pursuit of dominance, Napoleon crafted the Continental System, an economic blockade devised to paralyze Britain's trade. Implemented in 1806, this embargo was forceful but flawed. While it did strain Britain financially, it also ignited resentment among France's allies and neutral countries, whose economies were adversely impacted by the trade restrictions. The Peninsular War, initiated in 1808, was a direct result of the Continental System's wide-reaching effects. Napoleon's invasion of Spain and Portugal, both of whom refused to comply with the system, sparked a prolonged struggle that drained French resources and morale. This conflict, characterized by brutal guerrilla warfare and savage repression, marked a turning point in Napoleon's reign. Meanwhile, the frosty plains of Russia awaited. In 1812, Napoleon embarked on his ill-fated invasion of Russia, a disastrous campaign that would decimate his Grande Armée. The Russian strategy was simple yet effective: retreat, scorch, and wait for winter. As Napoleon's men trudged deeper into Russia, they found only scorched earth and an unforgiving winter. By the time they retreated, Napoleon's once formidable army was whittled down to a fraction of its original size. The Russian catastrophe gave renewed vigor to Napoleon's opponents. In 1813, the War of the Sixth Coalition erupted, a united front of European powers determined to end his reign. Outnumbered and outmaneuvered, Napoleon suffered a crushing defeat at the Battle of Leipzig, marking the beginning of his end. Napoleon's meteoric rise was matched only by his swift and devastating fall. His relentless ambition, once the driving force behind his ascent, proved to be his undoing. The Continental System, the Peninsular War, the Russian debacle, and the War of the Sixth Coalition. These were not isolated incidents, but interconnected events in a domino effect that led to the downfall of one of history's most iconic figures. Napoleon was a man of indomitable spirit, even in defeat. Following his abdication as emperor in April of 1814, he was exiled to the Mediterranean island of Elba. However, the fire of ambition still burned bright in his heart. In less than a year, Napoleon escaped from Elba and returned to France, beginning a period known as the 100 Days. His return was met with jubilation by many, but also with trepidation by those who remembered the wars that his ambition had sparked. Europe once again braced itself for conflict. The stage was set for one of the most famous battles in history, the Battle of Waterloo. It was here that Napoleon would face his final defeat in June of 1815, at the hands of the Duke of Wellington. This defeat marked the end of the 100 Days and Napoleon's rule. After Waterloo, Napoleon was exiled again, this time to the remote island of Saint Helena in the South Atlantic. It was here that he spent the last 6 years of his life, far from the glittering courts and bloody battlefields of his past. He died on Saint Helena in May of 1821, but his story was far from over. Even in exile, Napoleon left a lasting mark on the world. His Napoleonic Code, a set of civil laws, influenced legal systems across the globe. His ambitious public works transformed Paris into the city we know today. His military tactics are still studied in academies around the world. His life and his legacy continue to captivate us, sparking countless books, films, and debates. Napoleon's impact extends beyond France and beyond his lifetime. He shaped an era, his name synonymous with a period of history, the Napoleonic era. His influence can be seen in the political and cultural landscape of Europe, and indeed the world. Napoleon Bonaparte's life was a relentless pursuit of power, a journey marked by stunning victories, crushing defeats, and an enduring legacy that continues to shape our world. Napoleon Bonaparte remains one of history's most iconic figures, a man whose life continues to fascinate us. His extraordinary rise from Corsican origins to the pinnacle of French power is a tale of military genius, political cunning, and an unyielding will to rule. His fall, marked by devastating wars, economic disruption, and eventual exile, is equally captivating, a testament to the tumultuous times he lived in and the forces he set in motion. As we reflect on the enduring fascination with Bonaparte, we recognize his impact on the world. His legacy endures, shaping modern France and casting a long shadow over European history. The intricate tale of this enigmatic leader is a journey worth exploring, a journey that weaves through the tapestry of history, revealing insights about power, ambition, and the indomitable human spirit. Thank you for joining us on this historical odyssey. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below what you would like to see next on Historical Odyssey.